This podcast is brought to you by JList.com. Well, just like all of us, JList knows it's almost Christmas time, and so until just the day after Christmas, they're having a sale, a shipping sale. You get 50% off of all of your shipping costs on orders of over $50 or more over at JList.com. So don't be late. Order some fun gifts for your favorite Oni-chan or One-chan and make them happy anime addicts for Christmas by buying them some gifts from JList.com. And again, you'll get 50% off of all of your shipping charges if your order is $50 or more over at JList.com. This podcast is also brought to you by Bookwalker. Do you have a craving for manga or light novels? Head over to Bookwalker to check out their large selection of digital manga and light novels. They have some well-known series such as The Devil is a Part-Timer, Made in Abyss, Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun, Noragami, and so much more. They also offer a free book once a month so you can use their coin reward program where every purchase gets you closer to receiving a free book. Go to global.bookwalker.jp and sign up. After creating a new account, use the promo code AAAPOD to get 600 yen off your first purchase. That's, again, create a new account and use the promo code AAAPOD to get 600 yen off your first purchase. And now let's start the podcast.
You're listening to the Anime Addicts Anonymous Podcast. Take your anime addiction to the next level at aaapodcast.com/join. And now, here are your anime addicts.
Hey guys, welcome to the 501st episode of the Anime Addicts Anonymous Podcast. We're dedicated to making your addiction worse.
So much worse! Oh my god, yeah.
So we're all jazzed up today.
On caffeine.
Yeah, Mitz has a monster.
Oh yeah.
Mason is just himself.
Pure Brita filtered water, people. That's all you need.
Is it caffeine water though?
It's no. It's
No?
completely uncaffeinated.
Gatorade!
Is that even a thing? Caffeinated water?
I don't know.
It is a thing.
What is club soda?
Sparkling
Does club soda
water.
have caffeine in it?
No, it has carbonation in it. Water sucks.
Okay.
Gatorade is better.
I don't even like carbonation. Get that out of my face. No carbonation, no caffeination, no incapacitation,
He likes no Asians. He wants no Asians
No
of any
Asians
kind.
whatsoever.
no
It's
inclinations, nothing.
H2O or get the fuck out.
Oh
Got it.
shit.
Hi, so welcome. I am Mandi, and I've already introduced the other two to you as well. It's just three of us today. But yeah, we have a lot of things coming up. First off, let's get some of our housekeeping out of the way. Join us at aapodcast.com/join. Go to our website, sign up, and you can get so much more bonus content from us. Hentai episodes, hobby addicts, after parties. We did a hobby addicts just now where I talked about Children of Morta. Mitsugi talked about Valkyria Chronicles 4. Was it 4?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, want to make sure I got the number right. And Mason told us about his JLPT adventures. So sign up and get all of that.
God.
We're eager to hear what the results were. You want to tell us about the RSS feed? I don't
guys.
really know all about it.
For those of you that are signed up on our website, I love you. And for those of you that aren't, well, shame on
Me
you.
too.
You're naughty. Oh, you're on the naughty list this Christmas. I want you to
Just
know.
Cole.
Yeah, just Cole for you. You get no exclusive
no boob mouse
podcast.
pads for you this year.
No boob mouse pads. No penis anime figure flashlights for your. For
He's
your
on the
night-
shelf. I don't have him here today.
Okay, well, he's in our thoughts very much. But I want you to know that
Constantly.
if you are signed up and you like listening to our hentai episodes or our hobby addicts or after parties, you can get them now on your favorite mobile app that plays podcasts. So people love the Pocket Cast, the app of the Podcast Addict. A lot of people listen via the Apple Podcast app. All of those are included. You can listen to all of those through those mobile apps. If you go to our website, if you go along the top, there's a member RSS link right on the left on the top, and it will take you to a page. It'll show you how to activate our member exclusive RSS feed. So if you're already signed up, don't miss out on it. And if you're not signed up yet, well, you're getting coal for Christmas. There's no exclusive podcast in your stocking this year. I'm so sorry.
What would the anime related kind of shit item be for Christmas?
Well,
You just get all Boku no Pico DVDs.
yeah, that's it.
That's what you get.
You get
You're
It's like
being
the
forced to
burnt
watch
egg
it.
omelet.
you get a
Yeah.
Garzy's wing shirt.
Actually, I'd be down.
Nobody
for that.
wants
That'd
that.
be really funny.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, so you can also go to all of our social media accounts. Go to Twitch. Follow on Twitch. You're already on Twitch. Thank you for watching
You
us
better be
live.
on Twitch.
Sign up or subscribe to us on Twitch so that way you can get updated for when we are streaming. Facebook, you can go to facebook.com/groups/AAA podcast to talk to some of the other fellow addicts there. Follow us on Twitter at aapodcast.com, or just AA Podcast, sorry. And so that way you can get all the updates from our lovely social media manager, Caroline,
Very lovely.
where
been
she will
Killing
share
it.
everything that's going on.
Crushing
goodness.
it.
She had we're doing like a Christmas thing and dumbbell
Yes.
review. We'll get to it later, but she found the perfect image from the show to put up there, the perfect crossover. So good. She's
Yeah.
keeping it interesting. So check it out.
We need to get a drop for her.
We do.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
And-
We need her. She needs a drop.
Also, go to our website at apodcast.com to find the link to our Discord. And that's where you want to be. Come to Discord because we have so much going on, so many clubs you can join. Mason,
yeah.
what's going on right now?
Guys, it's list season. We have so many polls up right now that we need your input on. We have the best of the decade poll, first of all, where you rank all your favorite shows from each year and over the past 10. The deadline is December 20th. So it's either 12 days if you're listening on the 8th or 8 days if you're listening to this on the 12th. Each show or each year is pretty close. Only the top shows are only 4 votes away from second or third place. So if you get in there, your vote still counts. So
It counts.
get in there, do that. We have Icy Rose's bonus Family Feud questions. So if you want to see more of that kind of content, we have the link to that so you can participate. We have kind of exclusive to the Discord. We have our Discord superlatives. One of our users, Kedor, put together a long since disbanded poll. So that's always fun. It's got a bunch of juicy questions on it that are very funny, and we'll have a big award show for that. Also, Mandi and I are playing Danganronpa on Twitch on Fridays now, and oh my goodness, the voice acting is atrocious. It's an experience. It is something.
Come from my Monokuma. Leave.
Yeah, exactly.
because of my Monokuma.
We played episode 1 just this past Friday, so
Yeah.
it's very easy to jump on board with that, and we will continue to do so. I think part 1's up on YouTube, and if you watch the version on Twitch, we might have had some technical difficulties at the beginning.
Yeah.
So just skip a couple minutes in, but it's all a good time.
It
Yeah.
it happens, and we're not all perfect.
I accidentally had myself muted.
Yeah, everyone
our
was like,
entire
Mason,
intro.
why are you playing alone? What's up with this? And I'm
Nice.
like, oh, well, you're missing all
Veteran
the other
move.
voices.
Veteran
Exactly.
move.
Yeah, I
So-
cut that whole thing out for the YouTube version, but if you're watching on Twitch, you need to skip ahead because I fucked up and we have to start all over.
But we interact with the chat on there, so that's
Yeah.
the best time if you just want to come and hang out. So that's kind of all that's going on in that big wide world. But our clubs, are popping.
So you have my manga club, and this Wednesday, the 11th, we'll be talking about Tokyo Tarareba Girls, which I am very excited to talk about because I love this series.
People, I'm
Yeah.
so hyped for this. I'm so excited
coming
to
to
talk
this
about
one?
this. I have a concert that night, but I think we might be able to be done by time it starts, which is at 10 o'clock EST. So as soon as my show ends, I'm smashing all my drums in the car, driving back. Guys, I am nearly done. I know we're only supposed to read the first 2 volumes. I'm up to 7 or 8 right now. I'm
Yeah.
gonna finish this thing. It is so good.
Yeah.
It is. Oh my goodness, I have so many thoughts that I want to share with all of you. So
Yeah, and it's
Be
by Akiko Higashimura, who does Princess Jellyfish as well, if you like that series. And so come to our Discord, go down to the manga club pin chat and check out the pin notes there for the times, the exact chapters. We always do 10 p.m. EST. So unless something changes, so make sure you check that. And we also have a list there of all the other clubs that are coming up. Also, speaking of which, we have Anime Club. We just talked about Anthem of the Hearts. We had a lot of fun talking about it. We got a little off track at times. but it was a lot of fun.
I think the conversation went till 2 a.m. for some people.
Yeah, it went for a long time.
It's a good excuse to hang out afterwards. So I joined for a little.
The next meeting will be December 18th for Tokyo Godfathers. So go to Discord, same thing, go to Anime Club, and be there December 18th in the voice chat at 10 p.m. EST, and we can talk about Tokyo Godfathers together. I almost said Tokyo Tareba Girls again.
Oh, so much Tokyo.
We have so much Tokyo coming up.
Covering all our bases.
Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff coming up in today's episode. We are going over an anime Christmas shopping spree. We all have limits, dollar amounts, and we all just picked out a bunch of random anime shit that we would like to have. And
I feel like we spent our money very differently from one another.
Yeah, we also picked out a gift for each other.
How could you
We didn't actually buy them. We're just,
I didn't
it's
peek.
a phantom gift.
Oh, I bought mine.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I didn't. I don't have that kind of money. Come on now. Do I look like I'm made of money?
People, if you want to, please contribute to the RSS so we can buy each other gifts.
That's
not
right.
help the podcast.
That's a good use of usage of
Let's have
podcast money.
GoFundMe for a podcast gifts.
Yeah.
We'll buy ourselves gifts. That's awful.
right.
Don't do that. But also, we have a review of How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift coming up.
Oh my god. Fuck! I love anime so much. I get so fucking pumped when I watch anime!
What is that?
I have no idea. It's just hilarious. It's just hilarious.
I've never heard that before. Anyway, so yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we jump in?
We're going to get pumped. We're going to pump you up. Let's fucking do it.
大ニュースです。It's time for big news of the week.
Crunchyroll has finalized the deal to become the majority owner of Viz Media Europe. I don't know if it's a pretty big deal. They announced this back in September, but now the deal is finalized. They got to go through all the red tape, the legal crap. You know, there's a whole bunch of stuff they got to do. And John Esom, who was previously president of Viz Media Europe, is now the new head of Crunchyroll EMEA, which stands for Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So it's pretty standard sort of global classification of regions, I guess. The Hitotsubashi group, which consists of Shueisha and Shogakukan, which a lot of us know, is going to retain a minority stake in Viz Media Europe, and Shogakukan and Shueisha is also going to retain complete ownership of Viz Media Europe's publishing business through a Viz Media Europe subsidiary. So the new company that Shueisha and Shogakukan have created are going to license manga for the European region and Latin American regions. So it's a pretty big deal, you know, whenever a large company buys another large company within the anime industry. So, yeah, big.
Yeah,
big
hopefully.
News.
I'm wondering if this will also put like a lot of different series on Crunchyroll's manga app. I'm wondering because I know I haven't used it in a while, but I know in the past I was not a fan of their manga app. There was
the interface of it, or like the actual like options to choose
the actual options, and like I know, like for example, it's Attack on Titan. Like you could get the first volume, and then all of a sudden it skips to like volume, I don't even know, it was like 25 or something, and I was like, that's a giant chunk of manga that I can't read. So that was frustrating. But I don't know. I guess they just don't have the rights to all of those volumes to like share it for like their subscription fee. I have no idea. I have no idea how it works, but there wasn't much the last time I used it. It's been a while though, so maybe it hasn't improved.
Okay.
There's just a massive, I mean, the spider web, the tangled mess of licensing rights across the globe is just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, it's a complex business for sure. But hopefully they'll be able to make some good use of their consolidation. So usually when a company buys another company, they're usually after something like a royalty or piece of intellectual property or licensing rights. So they're always after something, you know. So it's often not the company itself. It's usually some piece of IP that they want. So
yeah, Viz Media is huge. I feel Viz Media has so many different properties under them. A lot of Shonen Jump ones are Viz Media.
Yeah, so I'm guessing Crunchyroll wanted access to a lot of that. So
yeah,
Yeah, so it's a pretty big deal. Didn't say how much they bought, how much obtaining a majority stake cost Crunchyroll in the article that I read, but I'd be really interested to know. So I don't know. I mean, in the global scheme of companies buying companies, it's probably not that much money considering we've had we've had pharmaceutical companies buy each other for like $100 billion. So it's probably
it's not at that level.
It's a drop in the bucket compared to that, but I'd still like to know. But all right, anything else to add to that?
Nope.
All right, let's move on.
Howdy, partner. I seen you riding in on that dusty trail. Welcome to the good, the bad, and the moe.
For the good this week, we have Sentai Filmworks sends final funds to the GoFundMe campaign to Kyoto Animation. If you recall, after the tragic incident a couple months ago, a while ago actually, Sentai Filmworks had launched a campaign in July to help the victims of the deadly fire. The campaign raised equivalent of almost like $2,367,030. So after some of the fees it takes to actually send that much money over there, they still got quite a hefty chunk. This is also, goes along with what Kyoto Animation themselves had opened a bank account for donations. They received about $27 million from that, so a lot of support went their way.
Yep.
It mentions here from the events that happened back in July. So good to see that the money is actually getting over to them, and it's not a small chunk of change.
It's a lot of money, actually. I mean, you can't place a monetary cost on what was lost, but it'll help them. It'll definitely help them, rebuy the physical assets that were lost to the fire. I mean, so
absolutely,
it'll help them. It'll help them get back in business quicker than otherwise.
Absolutely. For the bad this week, Studio Kara, which is the kind of split off from Gainax Studio that Hideaki Anno kind of runs, they distanced themselves from Gainax after studio representative director's arrest. So the police arrested 50-year-old Gainax representative director Tomohiro Maki on Thursday on the charge of indecency, kind of just not acting very nice or mature to aspiring voice actresses.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
A big-time sleazeball, with multiple instances of being a sleazeball to a teenager. So, pretty bad.
Exactly. And now this, from what I can tell in my research, this isn't someone very heavily involved with the artistic side of the business. Much more of a businessman. So, there's a lot of statements from Studio Kara kind of saying this Maki, the guy who was put under for this charge, he had no involvement with Neon Genesis Evangelion or any of those franchise works, and kind of we don't have any connections, just kind of very formal, cutting ties with any involvement that could have been there at one point in time. So Studio Kara hasn't done a whole lot besides obviously the Evangelion films and the Dragon Dentist, but and Gainax has not been doing much since the departure of the studio and Trigger. So things are not looking great for Gainax right now.
Well, they were really pissed off because they associated Maki with Ava and Kara in that news article. So I mean, it's a big screw up by the media for sure to make that association.
Which is why they're making that statement.
Finally,
for the Moe this week, I'm this is actually
this is great.
I did this. I was making curry.
It was amazing.
Oh,
I ran out of food. I was inspired by my Pokemon.
You put sweet potatoes in curry?
No, actually I use Yukon Gold. Essentially what happened is 15 tons of sweet potatoes are stolen in rural Japan. This is actually not the first incident, but essentially a 53-year-old farmer walks into his warehouse one morning and realizes that he has in his storehouse these 20 kilogram, which is about 50 pounds, containers. He has these full of potatoes, and about 750 of these containers just not there. They just went missing. So he was a little alarmed about that.
Where did they go?
Exactly. I think he says he doesn't lock his storehouse because he's like, oh, who's going to rob potatoes? Who's going to steal these fresh spuds? Apparently these people are.
That
so
girl in Attack on Titan, Will.
Oh my goodness, so true.
What's her name again? God, I forgot.
Sasha?
Sasha, thank you. Yes, thank you.
So this is actually the second time that there's been a potato theft. Another almost 3 tons of sweet potatoes have been stolen recently from a farmer in Ibaraki Prefecture. So this might be a Lupin-esque crisis on our hands where people are just all about those potatoes. Yeah. Essentially, and finally, that amount of potatoes runs for about $17,000. So
I just for comparison, I mean, the amount of sweet potatoes that was stolen was 2.5 times the weight of a woolly mammoth.
Did he do this by himself?
So hilarious.
Oh, we don't know.
We don't know who
I'm
took
guessing
it.
It was a whole tactical team. No one's gonna be able to move that many potatoes by themselves overnight.
A potato conspiracy.
Maybe
crazy.
they just grew legs and ran away.
I just don't know what.
Yes.
I just don't know how you get rid of the potatoes. Like, you can't just show up at them. You can't just show. Yeah, okay. Over the course of like 60 years.
It wasn't just a drunk dude walking by like, ooh, I could go for a snack right now.
He was super high. He's like, I'm just gonna eat all of these potatoes.
It had to be a borderline army of people to move it all in the middle of the night. I mean,
absolutely.
And you can't just show up to a marketplace with 15,000. What was it? 15 with 16 and a half tons, 15,000 kilograms of sweet potatoes. You just show up with it. I think it's going to be it's like 5 dump trucks. It's going to be a little.
Is a potato Yakuza hit?
How does
Yakuza stealing potatoes now?
How does it even happen? It's like one of the greatest heists in human history. I mean,
why? I want to know why.
Yeah, I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed.
I want to know. This is greater than Lupin. I want to know. This should have been the big news of the week. I want to know how far the farmhouse was from the storehouse, because when like 30 dump trucks pull up, you'd think you'd hear them.
Yeah, right.
I mean, what is happening? What is happening? I just don't.
We need video footage of this, please. Are there no security cameras anywhere?
I have a feeling this isn't the last we've heard of the great sweet potato heist of 2019.
God, I hope not. I hope not.
He needs a thief name.
Oh.
Runaway Spud.
Runaway Spud. Phantom Spud.
We'll workshop it a bit.
Yeah, it's not bad, but
the Phantom Spuds from Persona.
Phantom Spuds, yeah.
Yeah, that's the greatest heist I've ever heard of. That's pretty fantastic. Even
nice.
Is that better than the old man that stole the 150 bicycle seats or whatever it was?
I was gonna say, is it the same guy?
Oh, well.
Oh, maybe he's replacing the bicycle seats with potatoes.
Yeah.
I think that guy was like 80, so that'd be pretty impressive if he was fit enough to move that amount of potatoes. So
that's the
power of. And just you know what, it is him. And just like last time when they found the bicycle seats in his living room all lined up and shit, they opened his front door and it's just like one of those gags when you fill like your boss's office with balloons. It's just wall to wall potatoes, and they open the door and like potatoes pour out of the front door, and he's just like
they all explode.
He's just smashed, and then they're in the middle of the potatoes, like munching on them. It's hilarious.
They're breaking through like the second story like ceiling, just like raining down on people. Excellent. I like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, we also have trivia on our website. This month's theme, due to Thanksgiving, is family and friends. So it's all friends and family themed stuff. And this week, the answer was Fruits Basket. And I believe it was a photo from the original Fruits Basket. But pretty much every human being alive got this correct. But the winner for the week was Simmerer Down. So you had very slim odds of getting this one picked for you, since there were like 100 million people that got it right. But but you are the winner for the week, so good job. And of course, as I realize that I've forgotten to move our thing down the board on Twitch, so I'm going to fix that real quick. We have our in-show trivia question, so that'll keep you entertained while we're at our news break. In-show trivia question: in the anime Card Captor Sakura, what card did Sakura steal on Christmas Day? And we'll have the answer to that when we come back, as well as Mandy's Manga Minute, Mason's Waifu Wars, and finally, the holiday Christmas shopping spree. So you're not going to want to miss that, so stay tuned and we'll be back in a minute.
Get excited.
Hey, all you anime addicts, this is Mitsuki, and I'm bringing you your first anime news break. And for this news break, we're going to be focusing exclusively on upcoming new anime releases, so open up your ears and get ready. JC Staff unveiling a new original TV anime called Skate Leading Stars, which is going to be helmed by Garo Taniguchi, who has also been at the helm of titles such as Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion, Maria the Virgin Witch, and Planetes. Big titles here. He's going to be the chief director of the work. The anime will tell the story of high school students as they compete in groups in a unique form of figure skating called skate leading, perhaps trying to capitalize on the recent success of other ice skating anime titles. So look out for this one coming up in 2020. Next up, another new anime release that has been postponed. The third film of Eureka 7, Kokyo Shihen, High Evolution, has been postponed until 2021. So this was announced in 2017 that there was going to be a movie trilogy of the Eureka 7 First Summer of Love phenomenon, and this was going to be the third film that would conclude the trilogy. However, it has been postponed quite a bit, so if you are a fan of Eureka 7, you have quite a lot of time to wait now until the third film, but hopefully they're postponing it for a good reason. Next up, the second half of Honzuki no Gekkokujo airs in the spring of 2020. That is The Ascendance of a Bookworm, the isekai anime that came out recently. Spring 2020 for the second core. The title, of course, being about a girl who lives in the real world, who has an endless desire to read literature. However, she is brought into an isekai world, and she wakes up as Maine, a frail 5-year-old girl living in a medieval era where books aren't so common. So if you're a fan of this title, just know that you're going to have to wait not that long, only until the spring, to get the second half of the story. And rounding out this news break, another new anime film announcement. Sei Tokai Yakuin Domo is getting a second anime film in the summer of 2020. That is July of 2020, and advanced ticket sales will go on sale on the 27th of December for those of you that are able to see the film in Japan. The voice actress Miho Okasaki of That Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime is going to be joining the cast as the character Yu Hirose, and there's a lot of returning production staff at Studio Gohans, including the director and scriptwriter Hiromichi Kanazawa, character designer and chief animation director Makoto Furuta, art director, color designer, music composer, down the list, mostly the same staff coming out. Of course, this property, the 4-Koma school comedy manga, originally ran in Kodansha's monthly magazine special from back in 2007 to 2008. And it's also had other anime content that's been produced for it as well, including a 13-season anime production in the summer of 2010 and winter of 2014. So if you're a fan of Sei Tokai Yakuin Domo, look out for this film. You'll be able to watch it at some point after it's probably aired in Japan. This was Mitsuki, and this was your anime news break. Now let's get back to the podcast right now. Anime addicts out there, I want you to know that we are more committed than ever to bringing you your after parties, hentai episodes, and hobby addicts, all of our exclusive content from the podcast, to your listening device in the most convenient possible manner. You can now listen via your favorite mobile apps. That includes Podcast Addicts, Pocket Casts, Downcast, Overcast FM, the Apple Podcast app, and so many more. By going to the website, just sign up. You'll support the podcast. You'll feel good about it. We'll have a little extra money to run the podcast with. And on the top banner of the website, there is a member RSS feed link where you can go and get instructions on how to activate the member RSS. That only takes a few minutes. You'll be doing a good deed by supporting the podcast, and you'll be helping us run things a little more smoothly.
この番組は JList.com の提供でお送りします。
back from our break. And before we went on break, we had a trivia question for you. The question was, in the anime Card Captor Sakura, what card did Sakura seal on Christmas Day? The answer is the fiery card.
What?
Sakura went to an amusement park with her friends, and the fiery card started setting all the Christmas decorations on fire. So that is the card she got on Christmas.
Well, sounds very dangerous.
Yeah. You know what else is dangerous?
Oh.
My manga collection.
Oh, well, let's keep the fiery...
Anything.
Does MD Geist
have
a manga? Sorry.
Maybe. I was gonna say I'm gonna end up like that woman on Bookworm one day.
Oh yeah.
There's gonna be, because my bookshelves are right next to my bed. One day there's gonna be an earthquake, and I'm just gonna be gone.
At one point, when I was looking up eventual like Christmas shopping gifts, I was like, "Oh, let me get Mandy for like industrial strength like bookshelves, like anti-resistant to like corrosion or like earthquakes." And like, I was like, "No, that's too it's too tongue in cheek."
So yeah, let's do my manga minute.
Let's do it.
And now, let's take a minute for the Manga Minute with Mandi.
This is Mandy's Manga Minute, where I take a minute to tell you about a manga and help you find something new to read. This one I'm going to give you both the Japanese name and the English name, because I feel like the English one is trying to be funny. So the Japanese name of this is Kyoko Suirui, and the Japanese is In/Spectre.
I mean, the English is inspector.
Inspector? Oh my
Inspector.
goodness. Oh, good
As if
lord.
it's supposed to be like a detective work.
Yes, exactly. It's In/Spectre, as in like a ghost specter. But yeah, and then it is sponsored by Bookwalker. So at the young age of 11, Kotoko Iwanaga was abducted by yokai for 2 weeks and asked to become their god of wisdom, a mediator between the spirit and human realms, to which the girl quickly agreed, but at the cost of her right eye and left leg. Now, 6 years later, whenever yokai wish for their problems to be solved, they make their way to Kotoko for consolation. Meanwhile, Kudo, kind of a awkward name there. Kudo Sakuragawa, a 22-year-old university student, has just broken up with his girlfriend after he fled alone when the two encountered a kappa. Seeing this as a chance to become closer with him, Kotoko immediately makes her move, hoping to get married to Kuruo one day. However, she quickly realizes there is something more to Kuruo. With his knowledge, she asks for his help in solving the various issues presented by the supernatural, all the while wishing her newfound partner will eventually reciprocate her feelings one day. So, In/Spectre is a supernatural mystery story with a little comedy sprinkled in. The art is by Chashiba Katase, and the manga is based off a light novel by Kyoshiro Daira, and is still currently publishing with 9 volumes available in English, but digitally and in print. In/Spectre starts off feeling like a typical yokai story, but the characters are what makes it stand out. So Kotoko is very bold, sophisticated, and determined to get what she wants. And Kuruo catches her attention while she is visiting the hospital one day. And she starts to feel a sort of kinship towards him. And Kuruo is very passive, doesn't want anything to do with the world of yokai spirits, but it's clear that he's carrying like a lot of pain from being immersed in this world of the unknown. And so Kotoko is determined to create a bond with him. And later in the first volume, Kuro's ex-fiance makes an appearance and kind of starts to create a love triangle. The first volume of this manga focuses a lot on the characters. The yokai don't make an appearance, but they're not much of an appearance. They do show up a little bit, but they're not the main focus. And it moves at a much slower pace, developing the characters' backstories before going into their new job of solving yokai-related mysteries. So if you like supernatural mystery stories with some action and comedy mixed in, you can definitely give this one a shot. There is an anime coming out next season for this by Brainspace, and the main character is voiced by Mamoru Miyano, so mwah. I will definitely be watching
I see how it goes.
Yeah, it all comes full circle. It's all about Makoto Miyano. Mm-hmm.
Makoto Miyano? Mamoru Miyano.
Oh, that's right. Momoru. Thank you. You know what I meant. How dare you? How
I also
dare
just
you?
tend to like stories with yokai. I don't know. I'll give it a shot and see what it's like. But this one was sponsored by Bookwalker. So if you go to global.bookwalker.jp and use the promo code AAPOD, you can get 600 yen. It's like coins. Each coin is like basically a yen. 600 yen off your first purchase. So you can get this one. And you can use it on anything in the store. So yeah, you can get a very cheap manga and also help out the podcast because they are helping out with Manga Minutes. So definitely check that out.
Check it out, people. And the artwork looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Japanese Kyoko Suriri, like I didn't get Inspector or anything funny like that out of it at all.
Yeah, it's like
I was looking
they're
it
being
up.
funny with the English version.
They're being cheeky.
Yeah.
They're detectives. They're inside a
Inspectors.
I get it.
Okay. Shuds, is it time for the war?
Yeah.
The war that will end all wars. Oh.
In the game of waifus, you either win or you are late to anime school. Cake will be thrown. Ice cold tea will be served. Who will be top in the class and who will be flunked in Mason's Waifu Wars?
Welcome back. First, I want to address an omission from last month's theme of family. I always appreciate when you guys share your waifus, and I love hearing the feedback of my picks. But Avarius in the Discord posted a picture of Akari Kawamoto, the eldest sister from Sangatsu no Lion, with essentially the message being, Mason, you done goofed. And they couldn't be more right. So since we didn't run the segment last week, I'm doing a retroactive call out to say that Akari is a 5 out of 5 waifu and a 5 out of 5 show. So check it out. I beg of you. Moving on.
I beg of thee.
I beg of you. Moving on. We're now in December, which means that it's officially, as I mentioned earlier, list season. So to honor that, the theme is going to be ranking waifus within a show or topic or genre or something like that.
Oh.
So I figured what better than to start off this new topic with a small cast from a show that we're actually going to be reviewing in a little bit. And I figured we'd, it'd be a good excuse to, like, debate characters within a show instead of...
For God's sake, tell me. I can't wait anymore.
Exactly. So for episode 1 of the December theme, we're going to talk about who is the best girl from How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift.
Oh my God. I want to pump you up. I'm going to pump up your muscles to make them big.
So we kind of just really quickly ran through the 6 main characters and assigned them our ranks. And I figured we just, without getting too into it, without spoiling any reviews, what we thought. So my number 6 and worst character of the show is Satomi Tachibana. She's the teacher, and she's not that at the last because she's old. It's because she's ashamed of her interests. She's not confident in herself, and it's just not fun to be around. She does have a good deadlift though, which is important because it offsets her future low back issues. But all in all, she's not the best.
Until she herniates a disc doing deadlift, and then she'll be having lots of back issues. Just saying.
You guys think that's a fair last pick to start it off?
I had her number 5 on my out of 6.
Okay.
Yeah, she wasn't. I was like, whatever.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Number 5, I had Akemi Soryun, which is the the muscle fetishist, long hair, black hair. One of the 2 main characters. She's super encouraging. She's super friendly. She's got tons of potential for being a great waifu. But the muscle fetish is just a little too much, But I don't think she sees men for more than just Bill Flabs and of meat suits. What? I feel like that's all she's in it for. She doesn't have the depth to.
But she's so hot. But oh my gosh, she's so hot right now.
No, just because. What does she do? Handstand push-ups? Big wow.
It's not the big. I mean, she weighs
overrated.
She weighs about 83 pounds. So the fact that she can do handstand
push-ups. All right,
push-ups.
let's see you doing this right now, Mason. Go on.
Number 4.
Blow right past that. I see how it is.
I got a wall behind me. I got a wall behind me.
Go do the handstand push-ups. I see.
Yes.
I got a wall behind me. I'll do some handstand push-ups right now.
You're hating on her handstand push-up.
You want to see me do some handstand?
Not with a wall.
Oh well,
She didn't use a wall in the show.
I mean, is it
That's cheating.
is it about strength or balance? I don't have shit for balance. But
I think it's about both.
But I'll do wall handstand push-ups, and I weigh $185. So anyway, moving on.
There you go. Number 4. We got Gina Boyd, the Russian.
Oh,
You know, she's great. She's clearly just a big ol' otaku. She swears though, and swears are bad. So that's
Okay.
that's a demerit. And she's like equally like smart and dumb at the same time. So she'd be kind of frustrating to deal with. Even though I like the hair, she's pretty great. She's not that great.
I had her number 3. She was okay. Yeah.
Mandi, you did not like her.
No.
Mm-mm.
Man.
I don't know. She got on my nerves sometimes, like mixing
Exactly.
Japanese and Chinese, like all that culture together. Is like it's all just one thing.
She's trying her best. She's
When
trying
she
her best.
bring up something, everyone's like, "That's not Japanese at all."
I think that's why she's like the middle of the list. You know, she's good sometimes, she's not great the other times.
She's all right.
Whatever. Exactly.
Number
3.
3.
Excellently said. Is our main girl Hibiki.
Oh shit.
She she's so inspiring. She just loves to eat, and I love to eat, and
Me too.
going on dates with
She's
her would
relatable.
be easy. She works outside the gym too, and she's committed to the gym life, you know, despite the difficulties, the money, all that. She's just in it. And she's one of the few characters where they do the little like one-sided fang in the mouth that is tastefully done. And she's got that.
Every time her face changes when she's punching a punching bag, I'm like, God, I love her.
She has
Yeah.
the best
Intense
reaction
face.
faces by far.
I love it.
And she is just adorable and a joy.
Hibiki was number 1 for me. She was the engine that kept the show going.
Yeah. The little Hibiki that could.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right.
Number 2,
Number 2.
obviously the goodest boy.
Oh,
He's so patient, and he helps people in and outside the gym with his grace and his muscles. We're talking about Machio.
He's my number one.
He is so precious, and we love him
Yes.
so much. And
I love him. I love every time he puts on a coat, all of his muscles just shrink.
yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna pay a lot of money though to repair all those tracksuits. Like he never just takes it off before, like he knows
No.
what's going to happen.
He busts everything.
Part of his look. No, you can't stop a boy.
I
Can't
love
stop
him.
a boy.
I had a number 4.
Uh,
He was okay.
That leaves number 1, Ayaka.
Number 1.
I'll say it again. Ayaka. Oh my goodness. Best aesthetics. She's got a solid core. If you have a good core, you are a good person. That just is a fact. If you can't plank for 2 minutes, don't even talk to me if you see me in public. You're just not worthy. She also could beat any of us up if we didn't place her at number 1. So I'm just doing it out of my own well-being. And she just styles on people. She does dragon flags, and she just like goes along with all of them, just like to be their friend. Like she doesn't have any skin in this game. She's just like, yeah, I'll join you because I'm your best bud, and I support your endeavors. So she's number 1, best girl. Please at me, even though you can't because I don't have a Twitter. And I don't know. Did you guys have any comments about your list?
Nah, I think
I had her number 2 just because Machio is just, I had to.
You
I
had
love that
to.
muscle boy. I love it. And every time he's like, posing.
Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do. Explosion. I love him.
Well, we can get more into our thoughts in the actual review.
yeah, I don't really
I
have
just thought that'd be a
much
fun
to say
little
now.
preview event.
It was very fun. Very fun indeed.
We're gonna have some more intense rankings in the coming weeks, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Oh, there's some I'm looking forward to.
This was just kind of like a baby's first comparison, but it's gonna get heated up in here.
Oh shit.
Baby's first list.
All right.
Yeah,
Baby's
Baby's
first list.
first list.
So now we have our main topic, which is our holiday Christmas shopping spree, all anime related.
Yay.
So we had, it could be from anywhere. We just found a bunch of anime stuff, and our price limit was $200. Look, there's some on my list. I was like, I can't do this. There's one thing on my list. I'm like, I'll be lying if this isn't on my list, but it's too expensive.
Sometimes you got to be true to yourself.
Yes.
Screw that. I put the $2,000 Berserk figure of Guts and
Oh my God.
Zod the Immortal on my friggin' list. Just kidding.
Oh
That's
my
not,
goodness.
just kidding. That's not on there.
Oh.
So how do you
I am
guys want to do
disappointed.
this? Do you want to just go over all of our entire list, or go like one item at a time?
I think. Well, I think just showing the list individually is probably best. So. All right. Well, who wants to go
Mason, why don't you
first?
I guess I'll go first. So my story about this is I, of course, like any good patron, I went to JList.com to look for items and
Fucking spell out.
immediately was assaulted with
Porn?
mouse pads and lewd material, and I was like, I cannot stand for this.
There's
And then
always-
I said
there's
out
always-
loud to my computer, I cannot stand for this. And then as I purchased the titty mouse pad, I said, I cannot stand for this. No, I'm kidding. So I did most of my shopping at jbox.com
JBox. Yeah.
to where I was in my safe space.
By the way,
where
this
I
is
found
this is not a JList This is not a JList JBox segment. By the
no,
way, just
no,
so you
it's
guys
not. I just it tells part of a story of righteousness and validation, because I found for my first item the same item that was on JList for a significantly cheaper price on JBox.
This is the same site. How?
It's the same site.
No,
Yeah.
no. If you go to the Pure Good Boy site of JBox, you can actually find the same items cheaper.
What?
So my first
You get
item
a discount for being a good boy.
exactly.
Wow.
So my first
I'm not
item,
I doubt they
found-
know about that.
Now this
It's
is not
right,
for
though.
me because I'm a Japanese expert. But anyone who's like, oh,
Yeah.
I want to learn Japanese, I want to be, quit lying to yourself. If you're gonna do it, just do it. And you can buy Genki 1, which is like the fundamental like textbook of how to grammar with Japanese, for $40 on JBox or $45 on JList or Amazon or wherever else. So go to JBox, and I'm telling you a discount right now. Get to it, and that's one item that I think people, if you're like really serious about, like don't play games, just do it, buy it. Genki 1. So that was my first item. Are we gonna go through all my items, or?
I mean, they're here.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I would say
I
quick.
got
I would say
some-
quickly because
Gotcha.
you know.
Yeah, I get you. I just thought that was a funny thing.
They are. Like, I just looked it up. They are cheaper. What the hell?
That
course,
sounds like
I'm not lying to
that
you.
seems like a screw up right there.
That's funny.
Get it now while it's on discount. Anyway, getting some Hanafuda cards from like, you popularized in Demon Slayer, which is just kind of a card game set. You can get that for like $2. You can buy like a Godzilla version for like $16. Both
pretty
pretty
cool.
adorable. You can also get some, if you're inspired by Chihayafuru, some Karuta cards, the Hakyuin Ishu set for like $12, and play real life Karuta with nobody, because good luck trying to convince somebody to do that. But if you can, that'd be a good gift. I've also figured something I've always wanted to get, especially fitting for New Year's resolutions, getting a nice Daruma, the big round
those
red
are-
boys
Those are
where
cool.
you color in one of their eyes like black when you have like something you're striving for, and then when you finally do complete it, you fill in the other eye. That'd be pretty cool.
That's
very
pretty neat.
seasonal. I just like getting lots of small little things. I don't blow my money on $800 figures like some people. I just get little things. I found a
Is that
very
shots
adorable-
fired? Are you
Yes,
Are you laying
yes.
down some fire?
I'm trying, just a passing shot across
The
your
dick
nose.
light did not cost $800.
Sure, it did.
It was 900.
it was not.
It was
a
priceless.
1,000 and it was worth it.
You can't put a price on a glowing dick.
Like, I found an adorable Pokemon coloring book for like $5. Like, that's just that's so wholesome. I
Would
love
you
it.
color it?
Yeah, I would color it. I can't draw,
You're
but
cracking me up,
coloring
man.
is like very therapeutic. You can listen
You
to
wouldn't be like, too worried to mess it up.
No.
What are the odds that I can pull up all these items and show them on the Twitch? Let me see if I can manage this.
I was gonna ask you if we could possibly do that.
I mean,
Do it
Bob,
for your list, because your lists are far more like visually interesting.
by broadcasting the window, I might be able to do it, but with individual images, not happening at this point. But
Careful around J list.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Be careful with J list.
But I see that pretty much they're all J. Most of them are J.
I can
Box
change
links.
mine to J box.
That's okay. We'll be okay.
Also,
Might have a
something
nipple
else
slip.
to round up. A classic anime and the visual novel, since Mandy and I have been playing a bunch of Steins Gate, the original visual novel, is often ranked as one of the best ones, especially because there's no ecchi, mature, lewd content in there. So that's only like $26, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. I liked the first season of the anime, so that's something I always have been kind of like wanting to pick out for a while. But
Are you
most
trying
importantly,
to nudge me, saying this is what we should do next?
no, because I don't want to
Okay.
do any more voices. I just thought I thought it'd be a really fun game. But by far the weirdest thing I found in my travels.
Is this safe for
my
work?
Search.
I can't even pull up a J list link because it's gonna have we're gonna have epic Super Bowl catastrophic level nipple slips.
Nip slips, yeah.
Oh, it's okay. I changed all mine to J-Box, so it's good.
The weirdest thing I found in my travels, I do not want this. For $65, you can get a Crayon Shin-Chan butt humidifier. So this is a children's
Pretty great.
cartoon of a boy, Crayon Shin-Chan, classic, is well beloved, with his pants pulled down. He's like lying on his belly, and like out of his butt, which is exposed, comes like the humidifier stuff, and you can put like scents and oils in there to like be all relaxing and do humidifier things, and it is absurd and wild. And I'll post the link in the chat for people to see.
I got it on Twitch. There we go.
Oh no, it is
it's fantastic. I mean,
it's wild. This was a thing that was sought up by a person. He had to tell it to his boss. That boss had to approve it, tell it to their boss. They had to approve it. They had to finance it. They had to fund it. They had to engineer it, design it, and manufacture this thing, and then sell it to stores, to people, through a marketing department. And people had to stock it and put that on shelves and put price tags on it. And people had to go to stores, buy them, bring it to the cashier. And all that had to happen for us to laugh at this. And you know what? For that price, $65 is worth it.
I will say, though, that... listen, I will say that I've bought some stuff like this in Japan. Not a Crayon Shin-Chan butt humidifier, so to speak, but like usually the quality of this crap is, it ain't gonna be much of a. Listen, you're buying it for the fun and not because it's gonna be a real humidifier. I'll just say that. So
speaking of crazy designs, like they had a whole line of light up Hunter x Hunter figures. Like they had Kurapika eyes light. Someone in that company said, put the light in Hisoka's dick. So that's all I'm saying. There are some crazy people out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're kind of crazy, right, Mandy?
A little bit, yeah.
Just the right kind of crazy, I guess.
I approve. Mandy approved.
Well, that was kind of my list. That was like about $200, give or take something. So
get on it, people.
Little things that I thought was interesting.
Buy Mason Christmas gifts. Just kidding.
My first one, I guess I'll go next, is the re-release of the Yang Wenli figure by Artifact. And it is just so pretty. The original came out in like, I think 90s sometime. I don't know, maybe early 2000s. But then it went out of print and it went super high on eBay and Amazon for like $400. Then they just re-released it. It's on pre-order right now, and it's coming out in I think March, sometime, or March or April. And I want it. I mean, this is
the best Yang figure. Like,
this is the best Yang figure.
Aloof he is. He's so just like, whatever, man.
He's dapper as
having a good
shit.
time.
For those who are listening, it is not the new Yang Wenli, not the one from New Thesis. It's the old OVA version of him, and it's just, it has that dopey grin that I love, that kind of like, I'm embarrassed they made a figure of me expression.
But hey, what are you gonna do,
I love it.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I like that one too.
The next one is from while I was searching around J-Box or J-List at the time, and they are, is it up on stream yet? They are mugs, or bowls, I guess, bowls, and they are butt bowls.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it to come up on stream.
There they are. They're up there.
And yeah, they're just bowls. They're just shaped like a butt.
Unbelievable. I mean,
Unbelievable.
I'm drinking my morning cereal out of someone's butt.
Mhm.
It's fantastic. Just as good as as wholesome as it gets.
When we first started streaming on Twitch, I was like, you know what? I want to find all these really cool, crazy mugs to show off. This one I didn't buy. This one came in like a box of like, it was like an anime loot crate. It's just like a Death Note mug. And I have some other crazy cool ones, but I was like, I need to get the butt mug for streams.
For those of you listening, it's like a silhouette of the Shinigami from Death Note. So it's pretty cool looking though.
Yeah.
But yeah, the butt mug would be something. Though it should have a hole at the bottom where things leak out.
Oh man, right on my lap would be
or a little
awful.
like plunger that you can like disable so it comes leaking out.
A butt plug?
No, I didn't say it, you did. Moving on.
The next one is too expensive. So if we were sticking to $200, I couldn't do this, but I had to put it on my list because I want this though, like for real.
The chat says
And it is
butt chugging.
Yeah.
Just butt chugging.
Literally.
Wow.
Thanks, chat. We can always rely on you to make everything I say worse.
You're pure chat. Don't stop.
My next one it's like $160, so I'm not gonna get it anytime soon. But it's the entire box set of Princess Jellyfish. I've been wanting it for so long. One of these days, I'm gonna get it, and because I have the first book volume, and I love the anime so much.
It's so
And
good.
the manga goes past where the anime ended. So one of these days, I'm gonna get that.
I would just read that while I listen to the ending song from the anime. Because that's like the most feel-good
Yes.
vibe you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm getting comfy just thinking about it.
My next one is off of cdjapan.jp, and it is imported the Chihaya Furu Karate set. So both Mason and I ended up with Karate cards at our list because we're freaks.
Yay. I can't wait to play.
We've
We
lost
are
our
going to
minds.
play. We are going to compete.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever we go to like Anime NYC or something our next convention, we're gonna bring Karate cards. This one,
longest game where we try
Yeah.
to figure out how to play.
yeah, this one has a bunch of art from Chihaya Furu on them, and it comes with a CD too, a CD reading, and it's all in Japanese. So good luck to Mason and I trying to figure it out. Good luck to me. Mason will probably be fine by then.
I'll bring my Genki book for you, and you can learn on the fly.
I have a few of them. I have a whole box of Japanese books. Yeah, and this one it's only like $20. I've been like, I kind of want to have it just because Chihaya Furu. I've been thinking about it some time. But then my last, oh no, I have two more. I'm sorry. Next one was a shirt. And I've been meaning to get this for so long. I looked at Anime NYC last time and they didn't have it. It's from Shark Robot and it is the JoJo Do You Even Pose shirt. It's just like, it just says Do You Even Pose with the JoJo star in the O, and it's like a bunch of just silhouettes on it. And I wanted so bad.
Yeah, so we got some part 2, part 3, part 5, and part 6 silhouettes.
Yeah, and Jolene on the end.
Yes. Ooh,
Yeah.
So excited for that.
No Rohan. He's not a JoJo. I'm determined to make him one though.
C'est la vie.
I need a Rohan shirt. Someone please find me a Rohan shirt. And my last one is from Amazon, and it's only the price constantly changes. It was $30 when I put it on the list, now it's $38 because I guess different people put them up on Amazon. But it's Mio from K-On! She's such a cute little figure too. She's singing into a mic with her bass. It's just
She's the best. She's definitely the best waifu from K-On! I'll say that.
Clearly not the best one because all the Ritsu figures are significantly cheaper, aka a better deal,
No.
aka a better
Supply,
waifu.
supply and demand, baby.
cheaper because nobody fucking wants it.
That's right. Supply and demand.
Listen, this Mio only has 6 ratings, only 6 reviews. Ritsu, 14, baby. Count them up. Of course, the rating is lower than 5 stars.
And they're
but it
all
doesn't
1
matter.
star.
Look, I'm saying Mio only has 2 figures left. So I need a P.O. box. Someone send it to me.
Someone hurry, quick.
Yeah. And that's my list.
Wow, good stuff, guys. Well, my list is heavily steeped in video gamedom because I have mad nostalgia for all sorts of different video games. So the first one here, I only have 5 items. The first one here is this really adorable white beige chocobo plushie from Chocobo Dungeon, and it's particularly poignant because I just finished the Chocobo Dungeon Everybody game for PlayStation, and played most of it as the white mage. So this is just like perfect, and he's so cute, and he's got like his little hood, and
I've seen that before. I have a little chocobo plushie.
yeah,
tiny one.
they're so adorable, and he's 7 inches tall, which is a pretty good plushie size. He's a little pricey for a plushie. Every time I see a plushie and it's like $30,
Square Enix.
this one's $35. I just think, wow, this plushie probably costs like $1 to make, and you're selling it for $35. I'm just like, damn. So, but it's really cute. I mean, I love it.
It is.
Yeah, chocobos are so cute and so classic. Second one on the list here, sticking with video games. I think these are all video games. So, is this really cute Kirby? Like, I don't play a lot of Nintendo games, but I love Kirby. He's really cute.
I love Kirby so much.
And this Kirby figure, he's just adorable. He's just the happiest little guy you can
Kirby
imagine.
is yellow. What have you done with my pink boy?
He's so cute. He's so cute, and he's like shooting little stars out of him, and he's got the little cute hat on. I don't know why he's yellow. I'm guessing
That's the bootleg one.
he's got a little jester hat on, so maybe he ate something that made him yellow. I don't even know it says Kirby Nendoroid Beam Kirby. So
Bet it's from Super Smash Brothers.
there you go. I guess.
Comes with 4 face plates, so you can make them all sorts of cloudiness.
Yeah, here's the Kirby where he's eating stuff. Yeah, he's just cute, super cute. I love Kirby.
Oh, excellent.
Kirby's
No,
great.
not Super Smash Brothers. I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else. I don't know what he's from.
I am a huge honk for Sonic the Hedgehog, so of course there'd be a Sonic the Hedgehog thing on here. So here is a pixel frame, 9-inch by 9-inch, 3D pixel framed image of Sonic running on like one of the loops in Spring Hill Zone. So you can almost like hear the Spring Hill Zone music while you're looking at it. And he's got if you look at the different images from like the side, you can see that it's like 3D layered. So it's definitely pretty neat.
Yeah.
And not expensive.
Somebody at Anime NYC was selling these. Weren't we looking at them, Mason? I feel like
2 years ago, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's pretty cool and not expensive for $25. I mean, it's
make
like
your
cheap.
own cutout and put in the movie Sonic over him. the 2020.
Oh man, an abomination.
Side note: I ran into a Monopoly Sonic game on the same website, and like totally not real Monopoly. It's like every time you pass go, there's a co-op boss battle, and you collect rings and all this other shit. I was like, it sounds cool, but it's totally not Monopoly anymore. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Honestly, the same like concept applies though between Monopoly and Sonic, where you just got to go fast. You got to get as far as possible, get to the end of
Pretty
the
much.
board.
Joust is all speed.
And,
Yeah, exactly.
and have the willpower to finish because Monopoly is one of the most boring board games that you can ever play.
Just like Sonic. Ooh, got him.
Next up here is a super. I have no idea if this game will be good or not, but it looks so cool. It's the Chocobo Party Up board game, which is a completely Final Fantasy themed board game. It says featuring beloved characters from the Final Fantasy franchise. Chocobo pals have appeared near the fountain, and you aim to invite them to your nest. Lead your chocobos into the forest and bring the pals to safety. And if you look at the back, it's got like a little game board and game pieces, and it's like, I don't know. It's got little chocobo footprints on the game board. The game board kind of reminds me of, what does it look like? Catan or something like that.
Anything that's hexagonal, I immediately think it's Catan. So
yeah, it's hexagonal. It's got little white mage characters and Final Fantasy monsters and chocobo footprints and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know, I melt. I'm like, it's just so cute. So, this is the kind of shit I like. Like I'm just, it's like old school video game stuff. I'm sold. And staying in that vein, is you knew there'd be a Mega Man something in here, and I didn't have much money. I didn't have much money left, so I couldn't put the Nendoroid that I wanted. So I grabbed this like very nice looking, but only $38 Mega Man of like the classic Mega Man figure, and he looks really good. By Band Presto, it's a little cheaper than the Nendoroid, which will run you like $50 or $60, but it still looks really good. Mega Man's just so classic and he's so cute. It's still current, like they're still making Mega Man games, and I don't know, it's my thing. Oh, there was so much more. This website, by the way, I give it a shout out. This Big Bad Toy Store website had a ton of awesome figures and shit on it. I mean, it was great. I kept running into.
From there before.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, like the Chocobo, White Mage Chocobo I showed, they had literally like 5 or 6 of them from the game. There were hundreds of Nintendo figures. I mean, it was a really cool website that I found. So I just kept running into stuff I wanted. It's kind of dangerous, actually. It's just like you're begging to spend a shitload of money. So. Okay.
It's funny. I was looking through your list of like the links earlier because I'm like, oh, what kind of stuff should I get from it? So get some inspiration from his list. And ever since I went to the site, I'm getting ads now for Big Bad Toy Store on like YouTube
shit.
videos. I'm like, oh no, they know they're tracking.
Oh no,
They're watching me. That's
I'm
fine.
I'm definitely
You've been
screwed.
cookied.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna bring up some links here for our Secret Santas. And we can Secret Santa each other. And I'm going to be dead honest. I'll be like, look, that sounds great. Or look, that sounds like something I wouldn't want. But
Ooh, very nice.
But I got to say, I'm pretty sold that my gifts are going to be pretty badass. And I also picked one for Enzi. Did you guys all pick one for Enzo? Okay, we did.
I picked one for Enzo too.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well,
I
think
I'll
Mason.
go first again.
Okay.
So first on my list is Mitsugi. I had trouble like finding something for you, and I was like, you know what? Like behind you to the right, like there's a big empty wall right there.
There is.
We need a nice little like wall scroll or something like
I agree.
something classy to fill up that area. And I was looking at some posters, and there were some cool ones, but this one seemed just right. So this is a fake boxing like promotional image between Ippo from Hajime no Ippo and Joe Yabuki from oh my goodness, I can't even remember the name of the show where he said the old boxing show Ashino Joe.
Ashino Joe. I thought that was it, but I'm like, that's too obvious. It can't be that.
Yeah, it's definitely Ashino Joe. So it's like these two like facing off in like a classic like old timey like fighting pose with like, oh, check it out on this date. Doors are at like 8 o'clock. Tickets are $20. Like it's a pretty funny little thing that's like just classy enough but still like extremely old school and awesome.
It looks good as hell, but you'd have to get it framed because that would really set it off and make it look like legit. You know what I mean? So I would get it framed, which is funny because the framing for it would cost 10 times what the item cost itself.
Absolutely.
But like whatever. But it would look really good framed. It would really set it off. Wow, that's a good pick. You know me so
Thank
well.
You. I try.
Okay.
Next up is for Mandi.
Ooh.
I was looking at like the Rohan plushies that were kind of like disgusting.
Crazy, aren't they?
So this is really not a great gift by itself. This is a Rohan Kishibe travel mug, aka just a travel mug with Rohan on it. And there were some like gaudy ones, but this one was like the most refined. It's mostly purple, but just a little window
little peek.
But I just got it so whenever you're out on the go, you can be like, oh, let me get that tall drink of water.
Let me just drink. Let me quench my thirst.
Quench my thirst. Let me get a hold of this hot thing. And you can just say it and laugh to yourself as you parade around with your
my Kishibe Rohan. Thank you.
You're like, oh, I'm gonna hide it. You can like turn it so like it just looks like a purple cup. It's perfect for.
No, I'm showing Rohan off to everybody.
Oh,
I have a Kurokuro basket one at work, so I don't give a fuck.
Wear your freak flag, Mandi. Wear it.
Exactly.
That's right.
Don't hide that power level.
Well, thank you. I love it.
Don't suppress it.
Something. And then finally for Enzo, he's been looking at getting a tattoo for a while. So I'm like, oh, I'd probably just chip in some money for him to get a sick tattoo. Or even better, I would get him this 2020 Haikyuu calendar with all the months from September through December ripped out because he's dead to me then. But besides that,
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
besides that, I think he loves the show, and he got something for him to look at every day, because he does have like calendars and stuff in his room. I know he'd use it.
We need a drop for like sick burns.
Oh no, he's in the chat. Oh no, he's in the chat.
Oh no.
Oh, he says he likes it, but we'll see. We'll see.
Sick burns caught on tape. All right. Yeah, that's a nice looking calendar. Very nice indeed. Oh,
Cool.
Mandy.
My
I believe
next.
it's Mandy's turn.
My first one for Mitsugi.
Oh my
is
God.
From Ami and Me.
I'm so excited.
It is a figure of Honda from
Oh
Good
my
Zen.
god.
And
I
he
didn't-
is from Revoltech.
I didn't know
Vulcan
such a thing existed. He looks so good.
Yeah. Yeah, he's highly posable when he comes with a glove and a baseball, and you can put him in all kinds of different poses. He has a baseball
Oh.
bat too.
Oh my god.
I know how much you love Gerdazetti, so I thought that would be cute.
I mean, I'm the only person. I think I say it sarcastically. I'm sure someone else likes Good as Any, but like, I think I like Good as Any more than anybody else ever. And I never thought that they would make any merchandise for Good as Any ever.
There's all kinds of different colors too.
What?
That one has Mop's jersey. They have a different one for each different kind of jersey. That like
Wow.
the Spiders, which I think was his main team, wasn't
Yeah,
it? The Spiders.
he plays for the Spiders.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ones. There's like Spiders Visitors, Spiders Home jersey.
Mandy
of 'em.
Mandy wins Christmas.
Oh. My next one is for Mason.
Oh no.
And it's from Me and Me. Unfortunately, it is no longer selling, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
But if this was Magical Christmas Land,
Oh yeah.
it is a bust of his best girl,
Of
Akashi from Tatami Galaxy.
At a very reasonable price.
Yeah.
As well. So
Something
you
like
know,
it was
quality.
only like $48 ish.
Is she
And,
is she bird watching in this?
She is bird watching. Too bad it's only like a 4 out of 10. But
Yeah, bird watching is
exactly.
like a 4 out of 10.
No,
Isn't that perfect for Mason?
It really
Yeah,
is.
well, she's not looking at the bird. Like the bird is sitting right in front of her, and she just is looking past it because it's not real.
This is not real, yeah.
Exactly. She's just got her eyes on the
Birds aren't
prize.
real. Yeah.
It's not real unless you
short.
see it. It's like I'm gonna look. The bird's not real unless I see it through my binoculars.
Mm.
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
love
Yeah, it's AR. Augmented reality.
What else can we come up with here? What do we got for Enzo?
Enzo, I gotta bring it up myself because I forgot what it was called. They are a model collection of Beck guitars from
Oh,
Ami, and
damn.
they're like $33. Yeah, and looks
With-
like you get a whole set of every guitar that was in Beck, little just tiny versions of them.
Wow. Does it come with a guitar? It comes with little guitar cases too.
Little guitar cases, little guitar stands.
Wow, that's
And
really nerdy.
I don't know if the amps come with them or if they're separately, but like they had like a whole set where you can pose them with all the different characters. But I thought he'd like the guitars because I thought they were really cute.
They are really
I don't-
cute. Okay.
Hyper grade model.
Hyper
Sounds
grade.
Exotic.
Hyper grade
We're
model.
We're not playing any games. We're not playing games around here. Okay. Well, so for Mason, this is my gift to Mason. Hard choice. I know Mason loves Dark Souls, and
Ooh, that's true.
there's
That's
a lot
true.
of Dark Souls figures out there, and unfortunately, most of them cost a fortune. They have one of
Gotcha.
they have one of Yom the giant or whatever from Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, the big dude.
It is so insanely epic, but the thing was like $800. It was like $800. So I was like, it's like, yeah, Mason
I'm
deserves.
not worth it yet.
Mason deserves it, but he'd feel guilty if I spent $800 on him. So I
That's
just
very true.
so I just got a cheap, cute one, right? So I grabbed
Oh,
this
that's adorable.
the little crystal, little lizard guy.
Guys that like scamper away from you when you're trying
you
to
gotta chase
enter an
him.
area. You're like, I want to chase him, but I know I'm just gonna get manhandled.
Run right into a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's cool, but not only is it cute, but it lights up. So
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
lovely.
and not
I
expensive.
like it a lot.
And not expensive, but you know what? Just indulge me for a second. 'Cause I have to show you this figure of Yom the
Of
giant.
Yom.
Of Yom the giant. It is
While you
so
look it up, I
stupid.
just want to shout out Enzo's comment in the chat for Mandy's gift to him. He says, "The perfect gift doesn't Mandy, you've done it.
Aw. I'm happy you enjoyed it.
Look at this figure of Yom the Giant. His literal, he has like burning, he has like the molten lava marks under his skin that light up. His eyes light up. He's got lights in the base with like the souls carrying his platform. So
big is
freaking
that?
epic. So freaking epic.
God, it's huge.
He is a big boy.
It's 21 inches tall. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Limited edition.
Where are you gonna put
So
that, Mason?
So epic. Yeah.
Just have it sitting behind you.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
so
probably.
epic. It's only $815. All right.
Only.
All right.
That's
For me,
not too bad.
Mandy, I didn't have any idea what the best Warcraft figure was. I didn't know what you'd like because they were like at least 10 of them. So I went ahead and took a shot with this 1/10 scale Doomhammer troll guy. He's pretty cool.
He's an orc, but it's okay.
I tried. But he's pretty cool.
Orgrim Doomhammer? That's pretty cool. Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
That's the
I am
comment of saying,
Alliance,
I
but-
like it, and then immediately start
Oh,
looking
shit.
for the receipt in the box.
Well, you could melt it then, I guess.
I'll just have my Night Elf figure shooting it.
There you go. Perfect. You got to have a
No,
villain.
that's cool though. Orgrim Doomhammer is pretty cool.
You can't have a villain. You can't have a good guy without a villain, right? And then predict.
Orgrim Doomhammer's not bad. He was a pretty cool character.
I have no idea who he is. I just thought it looked badass, to be honest. Enzo predictably gets a figure of a very pricey and apparently hard to find figure of Koyuki playing the guitar with an amplifier. So, pretty neat. Looks.
Your two gifts work together. You can swap out the guitars.
There you go. Perfect. So, everybody knows how to hit Enzo in his soft feels. So he said he's wanted the figure his whole life. He's on Twitch. So, well, you could go on Amazon and buy this figure. Now, it's not Amazon Prime, but you could get it. So
Merry Christmas. You can buy it yourself.
Merry Christmas, filthy animal, and a Happy New Year. So that's it. I think that covers. That's everything we've got. Wow, that we have covered like $1,000 of anime merch in the span of 40 minutes. So.
I mean, yeah, I like collecting anime stuff, but it gets expensive.
Oh yeah, God, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
Well, it's because they're sticking their fingers deep into your fandom and ripping it out of your wallet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they know you'll pay big money for your fandom.
Or a butthole.
For sure. But like getting gifts is one thing, but like I try to only spend money when I'm like out like exploring and like have a story to go with it. Like just going online and like buying an anime thing is like fine and good, and I won't begrudge anyone, but I like going out. Like the hunt is as fun as like actually purchasing something for me. Like all my figures, which there's not plenty, like all of those are from like specific stores like in Japan that I can tell you like, oh, exactly like what day it was and like the story behind it. Like that, I think that gives it a little more meaning than just going on these sites and just buying it. So I don't know. I like having a story behind it too. So
Hunting for I had a great idea the other day. I was like, I pulled Lunar out and I said, wow, it's like Lunar came out in the 90s and there's all these anime cutscenes in it. I wonder if there is a Lunar anime cell somewhere online, because I would pay huge money for that because I'm just obsessed. And I can't find anything. If anybody finds a Lunar anime cell anywhere, please link me on the Discord. That's just my little shout out. Because you would think they'd exist. The game has like.
I don't know if the game was cell animated though.
Well, it's old as hell. It's got to be. I mean, how else would they do it?
Microsoft Paint.
Well, I don't know. If it is cell animated, there's like something like.
Mason is the artist here.
I am the Pokemon colorer of the group.
Yes, he has his coloring book.
If it's cell animated, the game's got something like 20 minutes of animation in it. So, anyway.
I still have my Galleon puppet sitting up on a shelf.
Oh yeah. Oh. Little guys are
From
so
Lunar.
good.
Galleon, big
Galleons.
old puppet that came with like when you pre-ordered the game. Oh my god, years ago. That was back on PlayStation.
Yeah, it's like nowadays, if you wanted to get all of the stuff that came with Lunar back in the day, you'd have to buy a collector's edition that would cost you like $130. But
I still have all that stuff.
Yeah, well, I hope I have it somewhere because I looked it up online the other day, and if you have all of it, it's worth over $200 even used. So, All right. Well then.
Excellent.
Okay.
And with that in mind, we will move on to our second of 2 weekly trivia questions to keep you occupied during the news break. In the show, how heavy are the dumbbells you lift? Hibiki and Aya are massive fans of a famous action movie star. What is their name? Who knows? We'll tell you in a bit.
Anime Addicts, I'm back. It's Mitsugi, and it's time for your second anime news break, leading us off with some news that, well, might make some of you sad, as the manga of the quintessential quintuplets, which was also a very popular and recent anime series, well, the manga is going to end with its 14th volume. The story centers around a very intelligent high schooler named Futaro, who is being put in charge of the private tutoring of a very wealthy family's daughters who are not so academically gifted. And teaching these quintuplets is going to prove difficult for Futaro because the last thing they want to do is study. And of course, this is a very popular series. And well, it looks like the manga is going to end. So if you're a fan of the manga, enjoy it while it lasts. It's coming to an end, but you may get more anime coming out in the future. Next up, we have some news about the U.S. monthly book scan list for November. Of course, they always put out this book scan list that shows the most popular adult graphic novels for various months. And of course, the My Hero Academia has dominated this list in the past and continues to do so. Coming in at number 3, number 7, number 10, number 12, and number 18 on the list, all My Hero Academia, with the first one, the number 3 on the list being the first volume. Other items on the list, number 4 is the Berserk Volume 3, and number 8 is Demon Slayer Volume 9, and number 11 was Junji Ito's Uzumaki, the hardcover edition. So if you're a fan of any of these, well, they're doing very well, so be happy, and if you're curious about them, be sure to pick them up whenever you get a chance. Next up, fans of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon will rejoice because it looks like the game, Infinite Combat, is going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and PC in the West in 2020. There are trailers out online if you want to check it out. The game is based on the Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon anime and its spin-off Sword Oratoria. And of course, for those of you that don't know, the game mixes elements of dungeon crawling and RPGs style gameplay with a visual novel style story, which is definitely right up my alley. And the story features events from the first anime season as well as new content. So look out for this game coming out in 2020 if you are a big fan of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon. Lastly, we have some news coming out of One Piece. The One Piece magazine, which is actually the official magazine for the One Piece manga, announced that the anime franchise is going to be getting another novel titled One Piece Novel Heroines, a novel that is centering around Nami. Jun Asaka will write the novel, and Sayaka Suwa is going to draw the illustrations. If you're a big fan of this property, the first volume is going to be coming out in May 2020 from Viz Media. This was Mitsugi, and this was your anime news break. And now, as always, it's time to get back to the podcast. Anime Addicts, it's the Christmas season, and to make things easier for you, JList.com is having an EMS shipping sale from now until December 26th. That is, until right after Christmas. Orders of $50 or more will get 50% off of all shipping, so don't be late. Order some fun gifts for your favorite Oni-chan or One-chan and make them happy anime addicts for Christmas over at JList.com. You'll get 50% off of your shipping on orders of $50 or more over at JList.com.
Hi, this is Melissa Fawn, and I'm the voice of Radical Edward from Cowboy Bebop. Have you seen Fei-Fei? Fei-Fei, are you anywhere around here? Anyway, I wanted to let you know that I am an anime addict. You hear me? I am addicted to anime.
And now, great moments in Anime Addicts Anonymous history.
for the first time ever, I've gotten like trick-or-treaters this year.
What kind of candy were you giving out, Mason?
We gave out M&Ms, we gave out Reese's, we gave out
Oh,
Whoppers, we
Reese's.
gave out
Whoppers.
Kit Kats.
So what are the kids going for though? Like when you hold the bucket out, what do they reach for first?
Kids don't even know. They got masks on half the time. They're like, they can't even see.
No, they can, man. Kids have like a radar. Sensing Reese cups.
I'm moving the ball so they don't get the Reese's cups. I'm like, no, that one's for me later, man. You can't take it. Nope.
Yeah. You're like, you put them all at the bottom. You know what the dick move is? It's like you open the door, you assess how good the costume is, and then you reach for one of two bowls. If it's a good costume, it's like Reese cups and like, you know, the stuff people want. And if it's like, you know, if it's not, it's like
teenagers with no costume on. They get Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, they give them Tootsie Rolls, give them black licorice.
No, if they give me like the proper like trick or treat and like thank you, I'll be like, oh wait, you can have another one. Like I'll give them extra. Except there was like these two kids, so they were like trick or treat, gave them the candy. They're like thank you. I'm like, oh, you know what? You guys can have one more. And the older kid was like, oh, my mom would love these, and he picked like one, and the other one.
Oh, so cute.
The other one just like says, I ain't greedy, and just ran away.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's great.
It was awesome.
Little kids.
And then I just chased them. I'm like, you take the candy, and I was shoving it.
You're throwing it at them. You grab them, you stuff it.
To the ground.
You're stuffing it in their underpants.
I don't want this. I don't want this.
Mason had a very eventful Halloween.
I sure did. I'm hoping for more to come. I don't know why I wouldn't, but I'm hoping on it. People don't cancel Halloween. It's great. I love the meme where it's like, you know, Christmas gets early every year with like the promotions and the sales and stuff, but goth kids hold the line. They hold that Halloween date, so nothing can dance before that.
So, before we went on break, we had a trivia question. That question was, in the show How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, Hibiki and Aya are massive fans of a famous action movie star. What is their name? And the answer is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not to be confused with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Totally unrelated.
Exactly.
I heard a cat.
Is now really upset. Yeah.
Cat sound.
She's driving me
I
crazy.
haven't seen it yet, though. I have not seen it yet.
She's on the ground. She won't come up.
Oh.
You want to come up?
Oh.
No.
Nope. She's
Sit there and
shy.
yell at me. If I move over, she won't.
All right, guys. Well, you know who else shouldn't be shy? People who rate us 5-star reviews on iTunes. We are like a hair from 600 reviews on iTunes. So head over to iTunes, and chances are you could be our 600th review. And honestly, it really helps us out a lot. And the cat is still saying hi. But
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Well, it's very cute, but she just won't come up and say hello. So
No.
she's such a tease.
Maybe that's the 600th review. Just
Could be.
My cat.
That would be fantastic.
I don't know what she's so upset about. She's been doing this lately. I don't know.
All right.
The worst is when she does it at 5 a.m.
All right, let's have a 5-star review.
It's time for iTunes review.
This iTunes review comes from somebody who just smashed their keyboard a bunch of times. It
is the cat just walking across the keyboard.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Oh yeah. Their name is D. The first 5 characters are DJKSJSJS. So that just gives you an idea. Unpronounceable, but the last 4 letters are Bebe. So we're just gonna go with Bebe because that's like a borderline person's name. So Bebe. Bebe writes, Manime here. Hi, my name is Jack Welsh. Your podcast is really amazing. You know, we need some like cool music for this because it's like Manime.
The voice kind of reminded me of Beetlejuice.
Not manly enough.
BB juice.
Beetlejuice, yeah.
Baby juice.
We gotta find some like MD Geist music. Hi, my name is Jack Welsh. Your podcast is really amazing. Could you give me some tips on how to make my podcast, Manime, better? We have a self-promoting plug buried inside of an iTunes review.
Yeah.
That's pro strats. That's 4D chess right there.
Wow.
That is what we call a pro gamer move.
Let me give you the number one tip that I can give you. Just play MD Geist music all the time. What could possibly be better?
Yeah. It brings the fans to you.
It brings all the fans to the yard. Okay. All right. Well, shall we get to this review of Dumbbell that we have to do here? Pretty little lively show. Who passed Dumbbell?
Yeah.
You.
Oh, I did I? I couldn't remember, to be honest. So, How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift is a fun little, I guess it's comedy ecchi show. Ecchi show came out in not that long ago. We're not that far behind. So this show came out, started airing in July. So I finished up on September 18th. So we're really only like 6 weeks behind with this review. So it's not so bad. Done by Studio Doga Kobo, who has done a ton of stuff. I mean, the things that you might know them for: Plastic Memories, Nozaki-kun, Himoto Umaru-chan, New Game, stuff like that. And the pretty fun story. So after a girl named Hibiki is out like scarfing down some of her favorite foods on the street, whereas in the anime kind of pops up and shows you how many calories each food is. So she weighs herself and she freaks out because she's gained weight, and that's like, I don't know. I guess every high school girl's nightmare is to gain weight. I have no idea. I've never been a high school girl, but she decides she's going to join the Silverman Gym, the brand new gym. It's kind of like, I don't know. I kind of think of it as like Globo Gym because it looks like it has like this ripped guy with a silver statue on top of the gym, and it just, I don't know, or like an LA Fitness or something like that. So in her orientation session, she runs into another student from her school, Akemi Soryuin, who's a very popular student at her school, and she ends up making lots of friends at the gym, including the very charming trainer Machio, who is way more ripped. He's definitely juicing. Let me just say that. I'll throw that out there. And she goes down this path of fitness and I don't know, what else can I say, really? She makes a lot of friends, including other girls that are also really into fitness. So, and thus ensues a show that is, like 25% fitness advice, 25% comedy, 25% ecchi, and 25% machio flexing, pretty much.
That's a pretty good breakdown of it.
Pretty good breakdown.
Mandy's like, those are rookie numbers.
I'm here for the machio flex.
we need to pump those numbers up. Those are rookie machio numbers.
So as our also the director is Mitsune Yamazaki, who directed Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun and Tada-kun Never Falls in Love, which is a title that it just keeps popping up all the time. I feel like every fourth or fifth podcast and Tada-kun Never Falls in Love pops up. So what did you guys think going into this? What were you expecting, Mason?
So I've known about this manga series for a while. I've kind of been a lifter for a while, and I've kind of heard about it in the background, and I was very much looking to like these two interests of mine to merge. So I kind of knew about it before it started there.
So you were pretty aware already.
Yeah. I knew what I was getting into.
All right, and Mandy?
I knew of the manga. I read a little much though. I think I only just started like the first chapter because I was just curious about it when I heard it was getting an anime. So I watched a little bit of that, or I read a little bit of that, and other than that, I did watch the reaction videos from Jack's Blade, and his passion for it was so infectious. I was like so excited to watch it because he like when it was getting anime, he's a professional trainer online who does videos, and he's also a massive anime geek, and he was like, I am just so excited for this series, and I was like, yeah, I'm excited too now.
Okay.
That's it.
I think my expectations going in were, I guess I thought it was, I don't really know. I don't know what I thought. I guess I thought it was going to be like a show about fitness because I really knew nothing going in. I guess it's about fitness, but also kind of not really. So I think we'll get to that, but, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I thought. I thought it was going to be a show about fitness. I didn't know anything about it going in. So
I mean, I think we could say that yes, it's explicitly a show about
It's
fitness.
very much about fitness.
Whether or not
mean,
the
sort of.
portrayal of that is realistic,
That's what
the
I mean. I
jokes
mean,
and all the comedy like derives from fitness like situations or like the culture around it. So I would say it's definitely a very fitness show. Maybe the information isn't quite what you were looking for out of it, but we all get into the weeds on all that.
yeah, we'll get into the weeds. Spoiler-free recommendations.
I do recommend the show, but really only to anime fans who are looking for like an initial primer on working out. Like beyond that, like I didn't think the humor was so excellent to be a comedy, and the fan service wasn't so extreme enough to satisfy anyone looking for an ecchi show. So like it kind of just like tried to straddle the two camps, and it didn't do any of them poorly. But I didn't think that anything was like, oh, this is a standout of comedy or standout of ecchi. Like I'm absolutely glad that the show exists and that we watched it because, you know, I think it had a lot of good impacts and a lot of good discussion in the community. But if the premise of the show of just cute girls working out, getting into training, and like having great reaction faces, if that premise doesn't appeal to you, like the actual show isn't going to do much to change your mind beyond that.
I absolutely recommend it. I had so much fun watching this series. I originally started week to week, and then I just put it on hold because I was like, I'm just gonna binge it all when it's finished. And I don't know. I know comedy is subjective, but I thought it was really funny. I laughed a lot in it. And yeah, like Mason said, there is ecchi scenes. Oh, I'm so sorry, I bumped my mic. There are ecchi scenes in it, and because like when they go into like their training, sometimes they show them in very provocative poses. It's not so much that it's like this is ridiculous. It's just
it wasn't
a little teaser here and there.
It wasn't never like super tasteless, I thought.
Yeah, it wasn't prison school levels.
Is anything really prison school level?
No, nothing is like
nothing
school.
really.
Monster Musume gets close, but and I think it's very motivational. I've seen a lot of people who are like, oh, this got me really interested in wanting to get healthier and work out. And I don't know, I liked a lot of the characters. I thought they were fun. So yeah, I recommend it.
I think I can recommend
Great OP.
it. The OP is a lot of fun. I think I can recommend it too. I think it has certain really positive uses. I don't think it's really all that ecchi. Like it. I mean, is it even listed as a genre online? I mean, I feel like it must. I feel like it is. But
Yeah.
like I mean, it doesn't really feel all that ecchi. I mean, it's not any etchier than going to the gym and seeing girls in like sports bras weightlifting. I mean, that's, you know, I mean, really.
I mean, the camera is a little inquisitive. I would say it's far less ecchi than the manga was. They definitely dialed it back a little bit.
Okay.
And
I think that it's. I
was just gonna say you're not wrong about people in the gym wearing the exact same outfits, and it's kind of just par for the course.
Yeah, I mean the gym is like borderline pornographic half the time, so I don't know what else to say. I mean it's just part of working out, I guess. But the show is a lot of fun. It was probably one of the most fun shows of the season that it came out in. I would say it's very bright and cheerful all the time. The dub is horrendous, and don't watch that. I don't recommend the dub very much. But as far as like fitness goes, I think that like this show is a good way to get motivated about fitness. But like just a ton of the stuff they say in the show is totally just not accurate. Like my girlfriend's a food scientist and a personal trainer, and she gave up on this show like on episode 3. She was just so infuriated by it. So, but you know, like as far as I'm concerned with that, like by like episode 6, like I just didn't care anymore about it. Like, you know, when you're telling people to not eat carbohydrates so they can like gain muscle, I'm like, you know, that's like just not accurate. So it's like, you know, there's a lot of stuff in there that's just not true. But at the same time, sometimes the first step to learning about working out and being fit is getting motivated to be fit. And so like I think this show could definitely do that in a really big way for a lot of people. So, but just I don't know, if you don't know, I would just say as like almost like a disclaimer, if you don't know anything about lifting, it's really dangerous to just go to the gym and get under a barbell and start lifting. You should definitely go with somebody who knows what they're doing or get a trainer or something, because you definitely shouldn't just start squatting without any knowledge at all. Because like these are moves that can injure you forever. So just be careful when you're lifting, and don't look at this anime and take everything, all the form and stuff as gospel, because I don't want anybody to hurt themselves. So, but definitely recommendable. People should watch it. It's a lot of fun. So, should we move to the spoiler section?
Yeah, I will say I don't know what there is to spoil about it, but so
okay, well, fair enough.
Oh my
Very
god!
soft spoiler drop. One of my problems with the anime actually was that it doesn't really have a story, I guess. There's no story. I don't know what the story is.
It's a comedy.
It's yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we have like deeper discussion about the story on the doc, but I just don't know. I don't really know what to say. I mean, what does one say?
A plot. It isn't a story. It's something that's like a lifetime of pursuit. So like it kind of makes sense. Like she's just training to be healthier, and she gets healthier, and it's one of those things where it's all about the journey, not the destination. And I guess I didn't mind that there wasn't much of a story.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really that important.
I loved Hibiki. She was a great main character because I like that she was very relatable in that, like, I want to get healthy, but I don't know how. And once she, like, it's hard for her to get started, but then when she starts getting, like, results, she's like, yeah, now I'm super into this. And
yeah, well, I think she, like, starts trying to, like, she tries to just run at the beginning, like, just do cardio. And, like, she kept it up for, a couple days, a week maybe, and then falls off.
And
it's
gave
like,
up.
Yeah, we get that. We get her struggle with, like, oh, she likes food. That's just persistent. You can't get away from that. Like,
she was Mason.
She was so adorable, and she had so much heart. Like the whole show had just a ton of heart to it, and it just really endeared me to all the character.
She has a mean punch.
Wild.
I would say
every time she knocks that punching bag off the chain, I just scared my cat off the chain. It was really funny. I bust out laughing each time. And her reaction faces were the best part of the show, I think. Yeah.
Just like, oh, so good.
I would recommend that. I feel like the show could have had a plot. There definitely were there are places you could go with a story about weightlifting. They could be training for a competition. They could be, I don't know, trying to be a model. I don't know. It could be something.
There was a couple inter-episode plots where they went to a talent show, or Machio entered a strongman competition, or there was a rival character that came, but they were all very much contained within that episode, which
arm wrestling was the best arc.
Yeah,
that was enough.
That's pretty fun. So, yeah, I mean, I really loved Hibiki. I think this is definitely a show that's driven by the characters for sure. Hibiki was my favorite by far. I liked Akemi a lot too. Machio, I like Machio, but man, that guy is juicing. He just is. Let's just roll with the joke. He's juicing. How many anabolic steroids must you take to look like he looks? I love the episode though with the shrine when they're all worshiping him.
Muscle god.
All of the bald, ripped dudes are. He comes out and he's the muscle god. It's so silly.
I love his tiny little anime pretty boy face on this massive body.
I love every time he flexes to rip out of all of his suits, and then when he zips it back up, he shrinks down into it.
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
ridiculous.
Favorite. I love that. Yeah.
Every time he just squeezes back down, I'm like, well, it's gonna rip again, but I liked it. I liked it. Good effort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess I just wanted to point out there, I know Mitz was super anti hey, be careful when you weightlift and all that stuff, and this isn't always the most accurate thing, but I think for the most part that there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. Fitness, there's not one clear answer, and was everything in this show the most accurate or the perfect? No, but I think it gives enough information most of the time to get otakus under a barbell. I agree that visually some of the form didn't look great, but the concepts that they were trying to tell you for the most part were good enough. And at the end of the day, this show, through this podcast, through the Discord, got over 20 people to complete at least a full week of weight and cardio training. Mm-hmm. And while that isn't a high number, for a niche within a niche within a niche of a niche, I'm pretty happy with that.
No, No, I mean like
Just-
I was gonna say, I mentioned Jack's play before. He has to come up because the anime community is sharing him all over the place. But yeah, he goes really in depth into all of the like. Apparently, the manga does a much better job because keep in mind that when these studios adapt manga, they're not going to pay attention to accuracy. So a lot of times, things were much more accurate in the manga, according to him, than the anime. So yeah, the anime doesn't animate it perfectly. And he did also mention that because the manga's older, a lot of stuff in there was outdated, like a lot of information. But if you want to go check him out on YouTube, Jack's Blade, he does fantastic. He
full
goes through
dive.
each and every episode, and yeah, he's a certified trainer. He's loves the series so much; it's so infectious.
I don't really care that the anime isn't accurate because I lived in Japan and I don't want to generalize, but people in Japan don't work out. I mean, it took me almost 2 months to find a gym that even gave the raddest shit about lifting. I mean,
especially like strength training. Like you'll see a
they
lot of
just
cycling
don't.
and running over there, but it's just not a thing to lift weights.
I mean, for every one person that lifts weights, there's like 60 people playing tennis. So I don't know. Like, I'm not that shocked
Or
that
Keijo.
or Keijo. I mean, trust me. Like, I lived this.
Hashtag never forget Keijo Gate.
Keijo was a mistake. Keijo was a mistake.
I've lived this, but like, I don't really care that the anime is not accurate. I just don't want people to go. It's like, listen, if you don't know how to weightlift and you watch this anime and you're like, oh, I want to go weightlift, that is so great. You really should. But
Yeah.
then you go get under a barbell and you put 100 pounds on it and you drop a barbell on your face and break half your teeth out. Well, now your life's ruined. So like,
Don't
you know,
scare them.
No, I'm just saying,
Barbells are nice.
I'm just
They're
saying,
good boys.
They had a trainer in it.
I'm just saying, or you do a squat and you herniate a disc in your back and now it's all over because you used the wrong form. Just be careful is all I'm saying. People that don't know how to weightlift shouldn't get into the gym and just get on a barbell and be careless about it. I'm just asking people to be careful. I just want people to be careful when they weightlift. That's all.
Agreed.
I mean, it's an ecchi comedy. Like the fact that it doesn't have pinpoint accuracy about nutrition isn't that important.
Agreed. And I guess I just want to say, like, yes, it's not perfect. And there's, for example, like BCAAs. They talk about that in one episode.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, you take these and it's like so good for you. And it's like, yes, technically BCAAs have like a small benefit to like a top elite lifter who needs a small edge, and it will slightly benefit them to a marginal degree. But for like a common person, it's going to make no difference. It's not worth it. So it's like, it's not wrong. And it's just kind of flexing knowledge that is kind of whatever. So just stick to the basics. Use this as an inspiration to learn more, not as the inspiration to copy everything you see.
I don't want to
That's
offend.
just kind of my disclaimer.
I don't want to offend anybody when I say this. The girls in the anime their bodies don't really change much visually as the show progresses. I noticed like they pretty much look the same at the end as they did at the beginning, despite that their whole lives have revolved around lifting for I don't know how long in the show. But like, ladies out there, like I know a lot of ladies that say, "Oh, I don't want to weightlift. I don't want to look bulky." Like you just won't. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Like ladies, you don't have enough testosterone to put on bulky muscle. So like, get out there in the gym too and give it a try. Like you're not gonna look like Stallone because you do some bicep curls.
No one's accidentally turned into a Barnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
What was it?
Barnold, yeah, what was it?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There are very beefy girls though out there.
There are, but a lot of them are taking stuff. So, but yeah. No, it's.
Anyway.
I mean, I'm not gonna get deep into it, but it is what it is.
I
But
just wanted to share a fun fact that I discovered from the show. Gina, the Russian lady who comes over.
yeah.
So like obviously she's like a otaku. She's big into like the Japanese culture, and it's funny because they mentioned that she doesn't do a lot of weight training in Russia. She does what's called sambo, which is a Soviet martial arts thing. And I'm like, oh, that's just whatever, a throwaway reference. But I looked it up. So sambo was like introduced in the 1920s. It was pioneered by two wrestlers, one of which spent several years in Japan training under the former like founder of judo. So I liked the backstory that like she became interested in Japan because she studied this Russian wrestling thing that's inspired by Japan, and that was like her link to be like inspired into like going to Japan and stuff. And I'm like, that's a nice little like believable way of like how she became a weeaboo. I like that.
Did you guys watch the dub at all of this?
I did not.
So I watched most of it subtitled, but I watched the ending dubbed because I wanted to taste the dub. Wow. It is rough. I mean, the characters in this, they sound like, well, the Russian girl. I mean, I can't tell if she's accurate or not, but the girls, it's like, oh my god, like totes my goats, like let's go to the gym. Like that's like how almost every girl in the show talks. She's like, this is a little much. Like literally totes my goats. Like I can't remember if they said that, but I think they might have. I think they might have totes my goats. Or like, OMG, like let's eat hot dogs. It's just like really intense. Yeah, I don't know how people felt about the dub. I suffered through it. Even Machio's voice was a little tough to deal with, for sure.
All I can speak to is the sub, and I thought the sub voices were fantastic.
They were fine. Yeah, I was just shocked. Like the difference in a lot of times I'm watching the dub or I'm watching the sub and I go to the dub and I'm like, oh, it's they're comparable.
It's
like
passable.
They're both fine. This was like they were so wildly different. Like, wow. I got to look up who the voice work was from, or like who did the subbing or the dubbing for this, because it was 180, like total flip. So it was a ride for sure. So, what else, guys? Art and animation, music.
It was very consistent. Like I said earlier, I don't think it looks as like accurate or just as detailed and good as the manga, but it was pretty much, it hit a baseline in episode 1 and it rode that consistently for the entire run. Like it never really like dipped that atrociously. There was a couple episodes, but a couple like CG weightlifting, but it was never egregious. It was never took me out of it, so I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't like something it's not gonna blow you away. But I mean, it was perfectly fine. So yeah. I never thought, wow, this looks so awful, I can't watch it. It looks fine. It's very bright colors, very happy, very fun to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
There's some really funny cameos.
Visually, I thought I loved the color palette of it. It was very happy, very just cheerful. And, and I like that, and in real life, I like bright colors and I like pastel colors. And, I just thought like, I don't know that it was really a show that needed to have KyoAni level animation in it. It's not like they were moving around a lot really, but just like the way that it looked, the design palette just totally fit my aesthetic. I loved it. I thought it looked great.
Nice.
Yeah. And that OP,
Onegai Muscle is such a bop.
Onegai Muscle.
I love it. It was
so
unskippable.
Good, yeah.
And
the ED as well.
The ED with the post-credit workout sequences. Did you guys ever join in on those? Did you ever do like, I'm gonna do 20 cheer dips or whatever?
No,
yeah,
I
I've tried.
Heck yeah, that means it did something. It was fun.
I love the endings because it made it so. What I also liked was that it made it so much more like easier for like you don't like they gave you ways to do these without needing a gym membership. So like if you are scared to go to a gym, like they are like, hey, you can just lift a jug.
If you were inspired, they were like right here, right now. We're making time for you to do it right now, this second. If you're really inspired, we're giving you the easiest first step possible.
Yeah.
To like,
that's awesome.
Like it's like they cared. And but yeah, no, the opening was so good. I can't stress that enough. Even though I was like at first cautious with like the middle portion where each character did their own like verse or line, like the mini rap part. It doesn't matter. It was all good. It was so stellar. They said side chest. He flexed. What more do you need, people?
I once said not that long ago that I didn't like the songs as much when I felt like they were songs that were created for the anime. I said that. I don't remember what show that was from that I said that, but for this anime, I take it back. It was the theme song was a lot of fun. It was very catchy. Very catchy, and I enjoyed it. I didn't really listen to the ending theme much. I just kind of skipped it and went to the next thing. But yeah, the opening was a lot of fun. So that's about all I have to say. Really, I don't have much else to add.
I think we're ready to score it.
Yeah.
At this point, people within an episode or two, you will know like if this show is up your alley or not.
Oh yeah.
So
I think so.
I don't think it takes long. I guess I'll go first. I'd say if you're already into fitness, like the show is good for a chuckle or two. And if you use the show to like springboard your fitness journey, that's enough of a reason to watch it. That said, like I liked the comedy, but it wasn't really a standout. There wasn't like an engaging character study. There wasn't overarching plot. And it just wasn't like visually that different from a lot of other shows out there. Just because of the heart, though, the fun opening and the positive message, I'm going to give it 3 nice bulks out of 5.
Yep. Good show. A lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. I enjoyed watching it. It gives enough. It has a happy enough tone. It has enough of a positive message around fitness that I think it will get people in the gym, which is really a good thing. So, the general increase of the general population's health is an important thing, and any way that we can contribute to that is good. So, generally, just a nice positive anime. I enjoyed it a lot. People should go try working out. I don't know how the show is. Did I miss something, or did it take like the entire, or did they not get to how to do a push-up until like episode 12? Was that it right?
That was the kind of joke.
Was that a joke? Because I was like, that should have been episode 1.
Yeah,
probably.
The final one is like, this is like the fundamental. It took this long to get us here, but
yeah.
Here you go, push-ups at the very end.
I also noticed that during the instruction thing, Macho was like, do your push-ups nice and slow. It's twice as effective. And then during the end, when they're doing like the workout video, he's doing them like missile speed. I was like, well, you just said not to do that. But good, fun show. I don't think it's for everybody. You'll know right away. Because the show is very like level tone the whole time. It isn't like it just goes, It isn't like it tone shifts at all. But yeah, I think, what does one do? 3 sets of just jacked trapezius muscles out of 5. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Pick a muscle.
I give it 3 seps out of 5.
Yeah.
I had tons of fun watching it. I thought it was a really fun watch. Very easy to watch. I jived with the comedy. I thought it was really funny. I think it had a great message behind it. Like Mason was saying that, it got a lot. There are so many people who replied who were like, yeah, this got me to want to be healthier and actually become more active. And the OP is great for that as well. Like it just gets you really excited for it.
Oh, I watched this show like before my workouts to get excited to go to the gym. I was so jazzed every time I got to own a guy muscle my way in there. And I liked how it made it so much like more approachable. Like you, if you're scared to go to a gym, then you can do these things at home too, to just get yourself active. And I had so much fun with it, and I think I'd give it 3.5 ripped shirts, or ripped jerseys out of like 5. Nice.
I would also add just at that point about being afraid to go to the gym. I guess some people might be afraid to go for all kinds of different reasons, but if it's just because you're not confident in how you look, remember that truly 80% of being fit and losing weight is not working out. It's about your diet. So you can make a lot of progress on all of this just by simply like having a structured diet and just starting out that way. And then maybe you can gain confidence without even having to go to the gym at all. But
people who have never been to a gym are kind of scared to get on the equipment for the first time because they don't know what they're doing.
And that's good. They should be scared.
It causes a lot of anxiety.
They should be scared. I would definitely get a friend that knows how to do it, or or your brother, or maybe buy 5 sessions with a trainer until you get your feet wet. Because I think an awful lot of sports injuries happen in the gym. So very important.
But do it. Go to the gym, people. It's good for you.
Do it now.
If it was easy, it wouldn't be worth doing.
Be like Arnold and don't do it. Do it.
Jump on the treadmill, watch anime while you just walk, and enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean,
I cycle watching anime.
Heck yeah. And
playing Pokemon.
Yeah, you can do all that. Do it. Listeners, like the show roughly as we did, with a 3.5 out of 5 average. So pretty consistent scoring, I think. Yeah, I think which is a pretty good score for the show. I liked it.
And
It
thanks
was good.
to all the Discord people who joined me and logged your time and joined me on the fitness journey. We had a ton of participants.
Sure.
And I appreciate it.
Sorry I dropped out on that, by the way.
No worries. You were busy climbing mountains, and you're like, this don't count for push-ups. I'm like, well, you're kind of doing other stuff, so it's okay.
Speaking
Yeah, I
of,
started it and I had health issues. I got really sick. And then I fell off of it. So I apologize.
speaking of mountains,
Getting back on it.
I'm in the market for some snowshoes right now because the itch has become real and I want to do a winter climb. So, shall we do some mailbags? We haven't done it in 100 millennia.
Yeah, let's knock out some mailbag.
Let's do it.
It's time for an almighty anime mailbag. Anime.
Too lazy to do the real
Anime.
name.
What is that
Anime.
dance?
Mailbag. Bag. All right, guys.
The Squidward dance.
The wave. The
First-
Squidward dance.
First mailbag is from the Creepster, long-time viewer and long-time poster. So he right here, I guess I don't know if it's he or she. They write, "Hey, what is your favorite moment in a show where a character has an oh shit moment?" Do I have an oh shit drop? I used to.
Oh my god.
No, that's good enough.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. For example, one of my favorites is in Dragon Ball Z when Goku and Cell are fighting. In this moment, Goku does his instant transmission Kamehameha, disintegrating Cell's top half. Right before Goku hits Cell with it, Cell yells out a "No!" kind of like saying, "You are a mother F." And then he puts up like 4 hyphens. I always find myself going back to that to watch that scene once in a while. And you're totally right. That is an epic freaking scene. Totally awesome. Because it's like, just speaking about that moment in the show, because in that moment, like you never thought of combining the instant transmission and the Kamehameha together, and then when it happens, you're like, wow, like mind blown. But for me, I think the fight between Android 17 and the post-absorbed Kami Piccolo is a badass as hell fight. It's just, it's very visceral. Like it's a lot more violent than a lot of the fights in Dragon Ball Z up until that point, where like they're just like slamming each other's faces into rocks, and it just gets really violent and awesome. Also, that moment when Goku comes back from Snake Way and is holding Nappa above his head, like he comes down like a flash of light, wipes out Nappa, and he's kind of like holding him above his head with one arm. Love that scene. There's a ton of badass moments in Dragon Ball.
Nice. I had the infamous strawberry scene from K-On!
Oh shit.
Totally different.
Mugi just wrecks shop. That was a classic. Oh shit!
Was it
moment.
Mia just start bursting out and crying?
Just everyone, just chaos
Tears.
involves in this entire room, and things are on fire. People are screaming. The turtle is on his shell. Like everything goes into chaos. It's amazing. The Kira reveal in Death Note when he's like, when he like knows what's going on. That's a great oh shit moment. The trilogy, the like CG Godzilla movies, Planet of the Monsters. At the end of the first movie, there's an awesome like reveal of Godzilla itself proper, which is just like, god dang, that was cool. The eclipse from Berserk, the end of the anime scene where everything literally just turns into a nightmare. That's classic. And I kind of just said like Made in Abyss and Promised Neverland had a bunch of like moments where your stomach just sinks and when you're just like, oh no, like
Yeah.
things are way worse than we anticipated.
Oh yeah. And those moments are awesome.
Yeah. And of course the punch, one of the fights in Hajime no Ippo is the most hype moments of any anime ever. Literally, I've never stood out of my chair for a moment like that. But when Ippo like starts off the fight with one of his like powerful moves, you'll know the one if you've seen it. It's just game changing and gets me going every time.
Was it the Dempsey roll?
Yeah, when he does it like to start the fight against the boy. It's so good.
Yeah, it's
so good.
yeah. Some of those Ippo moments are just like when they start making the jet engine noise. When he's charging up.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You know shit's coming.
You done goofed.
You done goofed.
I have 2 from Hunter x Hunter, but I feel like I say them all the time.
Well, just saying.
I was like, man, I'd be lying if I said that they didn't exist. If I didn't say them, I'd be lying. There was the one, Gon punching Hisoka. Of course. I was like, oh, shit.
I'm so glad you bought Volume 7, so now you have that moment.
Yeah. Now I have that in manga form. I'm still trying to collect the manga as I go. I'm like, maybe if I buy one a month.
If I buy one at a time, it's cheap. No.
No, I'm just waiting until they get that sale. Buy 2, get 1 free. I'm waiting.
There you go.
But yeah, there's that one. And also when Hisoka caught the volleyball and threw it back. Love that one. Those are my 2 favorite, like, oh shit moments. I was like, oh! In Kuroko Basket, when Kagami smacked the ball out of Aomina's hand, made Aomina fall around his ass. I was like, I love that one. And the Legend of Galactic Heroes gave me so many of them between Yang and Reinhardt. There's so many moments. I can't talk about any of them because spoilers.
Oh, but they're so good.
There's so many. I was like, oh shit. Mob Psycho gave me quite a few. The first time when he goes berserk with that like question mark %. That was really good. Another one was in King's Avatar. I'm probably gonna screw up his name. I always do. But Ye Xiao, or Lord Grimm, when he realizes that Sleeping Moon is trying to get everyone in his private group killed, and so he does like against the like hidden cat boss. He doesn't do anything. So that the boss kills the guy, so Ye Xiao can like heal himself and then just take on the boss afterwards. It's really good.
King's Avatar were so good. I slept on it for too long.
Yeah, it was really good, especially if you're like in the esports. Like, yeah, it's not exactly like how esports work, but it's still a lot of fun.
All I know is they do actions per minute, and that makes you objectively better than other people. So I liked it.
True. Yeah, it's a good show.
All right, how about this last mailbag?
Oh, I can do it.
Go right ahead.
This one is from Excel Dog, and they say, "You are awesome, guys. Thank you so much for changing my drug addiction, sex addiction, and rock and roll addiction into an anime addiction. My life has become much better, and the moon smiles at night." Well, that's good.
Yeah, we're happy to we can channel your varied addictions into a more productive life. It's very.
We didn't help your wallet out at all.
Yeah, we didn't. But well, I don't know. Some of those other addictions are pretty expensive.
True. Yeah.
So, and don't end up getting you in jail. A bail bond is expensive too.
Yeah, stealing all those potatoes, I think it gets pricey.
I'm telling you right now. Stealing those potatoes.
I just want to mention Sozo in the chat for like hype oh shit moments mentioned season 3 of Haikyuu when Suki does his fist pump. Yeah, that was a good one.
That's a good moment too.
I vouch for that. That will be Enzo's answer.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right.
We watched that in Japan too. That was good.
We did.
So that was it. Thanks for coming, guys.
Yay!
We had a lot of Christmas presents. We had a lot of fun. And so again,
Christmas is fun.
Follow us at aapodcast.com/join to create an account. We are going to do an after party right now. I am correct with that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wrong?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay, good. We're going to do an after party. Please go to iTunes and leave us a review just so we can get bumped up a bit.
Yeah.
And, to pump you up.
Give us some feedback and let us know if there's anything that we can improve so we can make our show better for you. And yeah, just come to Discord and check out all of the groups.
Do all the polls, people. Give us your input on everything ever. I think we're watching, we're reviewing Given next week.
Yes.
So if you want to be ready for that review, go watch that show. It's only like 11 episodes, I think. So that's the game plan.
That's right.
Yeah, and you can also follow us on social media. I'm at on Twitter at AAA_Mandi with an I. What are you guys?
If I could have one Christmas wish this Christmas, it would be that it would be that you follow the podcast at AAA Podcast. But the podcast is the best Christmas gift to follow for the podcast that a young Mitsuki could have. I wish I was young.
And I caved. You can find me at I
No, you
Psych.
didn't.
I still don't have a Twitter. I
Oh
lied.
my
I'm
god.
gonna make one for you. I'm gonna pose as you.
Just at I don't have a Twitter. Make that the actual
Yeah,
handle.
I'm just gonna
so
put
I
up a
can
lot
say
of
that.
really hot takes.
Ooh, I would love that. Ooh,
I was gonna-
You want me to make one for you? I'm gonna make a spoof Mason account.
I almost fell out of my seat just now.
Done did you guys. Well, thanks so much everyone for joining in live and the people downloaded, RSS, all that good stuff. We appreciate it so
Love you guys.
darn much. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for coming, and we'll see y'all next week. Have a good week.
Bye, guys.
Mwah.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Bye.